Hello everyone, how are you today? It's beautiful and sunny in Brisbane, and I think it's even going to be a bit warm today, which is nice after the cold weather we've had. Have you got good weather? Have you been able to go out in the garden and see what's growing and see what's looking beautiful? Because at this time of year, what we find is that the plants are starting to grow and the flowers are starting to come, and our gardens are starting to look more beautiful than they did during the middle of winter. And how are you? Are you well? It's good to see you again. Now, I'm here in the cathedral in the craft area, and I've got some different colour bits of paper, and I've got some scissors, and I've got some glue. And I'm going to have to decide which background I'm going to use for my picture today. And I think I'm going to use this purple background. So I'm going to lay that one down in front of me safely. Then I'm going to do some cutting with these bits of paper. And the first one I'm going to start with is this one. And I'm going to cut it into long strips. Are you good with your scissors? Can you cut nice long strips? I'm doing some thin strips to begin with. And I'm doing them like this. Doesn't matter if they're not completely straight for this craft, but pretty straight means it's much easier to cut them out. How are we going? Got a thin strip here, and we're going to do one more thin strip, and that leaves us with a thick strip. And we're going to cut the end off our thick strip like that. So we've got one big thick one and one small thick one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue all the way along one side of this one. Okay. Then I'm going to take my background one and I'm going to stick this one up the middle. Okay. Can you guess what I'm making? That's right, it does look a bit like a door or a gate, but it's not a door or a gate. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thin strips, and on each thin strip I'm going to put some glue on one end, and I'm going to stick that end on to the strip I've already stuck onto my paper. Can you see? I've just done one strip. You could do this bit with sticky tape if you want, but I've got the glue out, so I'm using the glue. So I'm going to stick another one on. So just putting the glue at the end and sticking it on. So I've got two, and I've still got some more here, so I'm going to put some glue on the end and stick it on. Some glue on the end and stick this one on. Some glue on the end here and stick that one on. Some glue here. Stick this one on, and this is my last thin strip. I'm putting glue on the end and sticking that on. And let me show you what I've done. Can you see how all these strips are sticking off the top of this one? Then I'm going to take my small bit and I'm going to put glue all over the back of that, and I'm going to put that over the top, on top of all those ends that I've stuck on here to make sure they don't easily fall off. Do you know what this looks like now? Yes, it could look like a monster, and yes, if I do turn it up, it could look a bit like an octopus or a spider. But this is a tree with its branches. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some glue on the end of the strip, on the end of this strip out the side, and I'm going to twist it round and I'm going to stick it down. Can you see that? Then I'm going to do it on the end of another one. Put some glue on the end and I'm going to twist it round and stick it down. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm making twisty, twirly branches. And instead of just being a flat tree, it's got sticking out branches in different directions. So some glue on the end of this one. Then I'm going to twist that round to there. This one up here, I'm going to twist it round and stick it down. You see how I've done one half? Got a tree sticking out there. I've got 3 more to do on this side. So I'm going to put some glue on that side and some glue on this side. Twist that one round. And some glue on the last strip I've got, and I'm going to twist that round too. Do you like my tree? The pretty special twiggly twirly leaf tree, because that's what trees do. Some trees have straight branches, but lots of them have ones that are twisted round, so they make nice places where birds can build their nests and where fruit can hang and where animals and birds can sit safely and watch what's going on around them and not be worried about being caught. Now, what I've got is some green paper. It can be any paper, it doesn't have to be green. And I've cut a strip. I'm going to fold the strip in half and in half. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out a leaf shape. Do you like my leaf shape? And I've actually got 4 of them. And I know trees have more than 4 leaves, usually. And hopefully later on, I will have time to make some more leaves. Or one of you may come along and make some leaves for my tree for me. That would be good. And now I'm sticking the leaves I've made on my tree onto the branches. So I'm putting glue on them. One that didn't want to be picked up then. Here it is. And some of my trees now, some of my tree branches have a leaf on them. Do you like my tree? I think it will look good when I have time to put lots more leaves on. I might put some fruit on, and I might put a bird in the tree. What do you think? Do you think that would make my tree look really special? Do you think you could make a really special tree? I'm sure you could, because you're all very clever. But why are we making trees today? We're making trees today because it's National Tree Day. And that's the day we remember how special trees are and how important they are for us and the environment. Trees are special because they grow and they provide shade and houses for lots of animals and insects and birds. And they clean the air for us, and they take the carbon dioxide out of the air and they make it into carbon in their branches and in their trunks, which means the air is better for us. So it's really important that they do their job. Do you know what? They cool down the earth too, which is really, really important. So God made the trees to do a really important job in our world. And he told us humans that we have to look after the trees. We have to make sure they grow and they're safe, and there are plenty and plenty of trees. Are we good at doing that? Or do you think we could do better? Lots of schools on Friday had National School Tree Day, and lots of schools planted trees and remembered how important trees were as well. Were you involved in any of that? Because that's important. So today we're making trees and we're thinking about trees and we're thanking God that we've got trees and remembering it's important that it's our job to look after them. So see you soon. Have a happy National Tree Day, and I'll see you sometime next week. Bye.